Hey, welcome back to another Black City Coffee vlog. In this video, we're cupping coffee from Semilla Coffee Roasters. Very cool. I got 3 coffees to cup against. So we have a Guji. Alright, it's a natural processed coffee. High elevation coffee. Varieties are varieties I never heard before. JRC, JARC varieties, local land races. I'm not going to look at the tasting notes at this moment. Our passion for coffee starts many years ago when I would walk barefoot on my grandparents' coffee farm in Puerto Rico. I put all my personal savings, into my life project, Semilla Coffee Roasters. SemillaCoffeeRoaster.com. Wow. Well, good luck, Semilla Coffee Roasters. We have 2 little special ones here as well. We've got a Don Jorge Geisha Natural and a Jose Geraldo Natural Pink Bourbon. I knew I needed to get my hands on this coffee, a rare and exotic geisha. This was my first time roasting it, and the outcome is amazing. So with geishas, it's all about the varietal, the terroir, not so much the process. Versus the natural pink bourbon anaerobic process, we're going to taste a lot more uniqueness in the cup due to the processing, right? And see, these are the fun things that we're doing with coffee nowadays, I guess that producers are doing. This is more akin to like winemaking, which is making everybody really excited. It's a longer process. It's more arduous. You need to be more mindful about temperature and things like that. In that respect, the price goes up. But if you're down with it, you get this fermenty, fruity, wine-like flavors. Like, y'all already know, on this channel, we love that stuff. The other spectrum of that is like, I don't want to just taste fermentation or the process of a coffee. I also want to taste where the coffee comes from. And I noticed, on these, they're like metal tins. This is very fancy. This is very nice. You've got a little valve here that is semi-sealed. Like, it looks like air can come out, but maybe nothing too crazy can come in. Maybe that's your one-way valve there. Interesting. That's cool. Roasted on November 27. This is very fancy. This is nice. Ooh, look at that. Nice light roast. Okay. We're doing 12. And we need some to burn. Okay. Now, coffees that are like harder to produce like these two, we're seeing this a lot now where you can get like smaller, sort of like batches to sell. Ooh, a bigger bean, craggly, light roast for sure. Looks very, wow. The smell on those fermented coffees that are focusing on experimental processes, like what we talked about in the last video, they always have this really like chocolate cranberry, chocolate raspberry, chocolate strawberry, like that. Very nice smell. Without even grinding it, So delicious. Ooh, I'm so excited. Okay. Wow. Wow. You see this color. And here's that, this one. And here's this one. Okay. All right. It's so lively. It's alive. It's very fresh. I can already tell, like, it's very cake kind of vibe. Lemon cake. Oh, wow. Oh, man. I can almost, I feel like I'm munching on a devil's chocolate cake with a jam, like, curd thingy in the center. I feel like I'm munching on it, like it feels syrupy almost. Wow, that smells good. Wow. That's why I like fermenty coffees, you get this, like, crazy thing on the table. Okay. Roastier. Almost meaty. Reminds me of like a mole or something, Very savory, very meaty, like a stew. Stewed vegetables, stewed meat. With like, there's tomato in there for acidity. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. What a fun day. I didn't know I'd be cupping today. Okay. 4 minutes. Take me on a trip. Hey, look, you're texting me right now. Video coming soon. Okay. Focus now. Okay. Since you guys send me such cool coffees, I really want to do my best to give you honest feedback. It's always going to be positive, though, okay? I'm never going to try to say anything bad about somebody who's sending me coffee. So, take that with a grain of salt. These are not, like, official reviews. I'm not qualified. I'm not a Q grader. I'm not qualified for anything. But if you enjoy it, cool. I'm happy. And thank you so much. I'm really grateful. So let's break the crust. Wow. I mean, I feel like these are amazing coffees already so far. And why I'm saying that is because just, breaking the crust, I can really tell that this roaster is really trying to accentuate what this bean has to offer you. We're not trying to just hit a level of roastness or doneness. We're really trying to accentuate what this green has to offer, By that I mean I feel like when I'm smelling these coffees, I'm smelling the varietal of the coffee, the origin, and things like that. And I'm not immediately smelling like the typical coffee notes, I guess. So to me, in my very narrow window of experience with specialty coffees and high-end coffees, high caliber coffees, that are expensive, for a reason. They are definitely within that same vein. Yeah. So definitely grown and handled and roasted with a lot of care. Not that, other coffees that I've tasted here before haven't been roasted with care, but something about it already just screams to me something very high quality, something I would get at a high-end cafe, okay? From a high-end or from a knowledgeable and confident roaster. I'm not kissing your ass or anything, so I hope I hope it doesn't come off that way, but you know me, I'm going to be honest, okay? Honest but positive, okay? So let's let these cool a little bit. It's only been 3 minutes. I cleaned them up as best I could. Now the color right away, I'm cupping in white bowls. I can get this reflection. I can see the color is matching up with the idea of a general light roast. Now, it's great that I run my mouth because I won't remember too much of what I just read about these coffees. I'm trying to cup these coffees with as much non-bias as possible, as much blindness as possible. So I just read all that stuff about the coffee on these cards for you, for the camera. Generally, I wouldn't do that. I would just, cup it. But good thing, I run my mouth. I don't remember what I said. I do know that one here is a natural. I do know which coffee is which. But otherwise, I don't remember anything about tasting notes. So I'll try to give you my tasting notes and try to break down what I think is coming from the varietal and the origin, the processing, and the roast. Okay? Based on that last video I did, right? I'm trying to really become a better cupper by hopefully identifying certain flavor notes and assigning them to like, oh, this comes from varietal and from origin. I'm definitely not there yet, but I'm trying to. Okay, that's going to be my goal. And then, oh, this is coming from processing, whether it's washed or natural or anaerobic or whatever it may be, right? And then, oh, these flavor notes, this is coming from the roast. Okay, so that's the idea. We're about 5 minutes in. Let's give these a whirl. I can usually take it at 5. If I just do a little. Oh, wow. This is your first time, yo? Oh, I gotta say, you know what you're doing. Okay, right away. I've got spices. I've got clove. I've got grapefruit. I've got lime, not lemon. Syrupy, caramelly berry. Not tart at all. A great acidity. Cinnamon. Vanilla. Cozy. A lot of spices in there. Berries. Very cozy, like, reminds me of Christmas. Christmas. The body. Tea-like. But finishes with good, like, coating and a good body. I still feel like I'm drinking coffee, not like I'm drinking tea. When it comes in on the front of the palate, it feels like a tea. When it finishes and it settles in the mouth, you feel the oils of the coffee, so well developed, right? And coating. It's very good. Good job. Okay, we're going to keep tasting this as it cools. Whoa! I don't think I've been this vocal about coffee, but like, wow. Just incredible wine-like flavors, but you've got orange juice, you've got pineapple juice, you've got, I mean, wow. Okay, the tartness is a strawberry tart. Yeah, not a lemon tart, a strawberry tart, like just a good, nice, ripe strawberry. Not overly ripe, but a nice, ripe, beautiful Japanese strawberry, because they always do their fruits pristinely. That first sip, though, man, that blew me away. Wow. Whoa. This is tasty, man. Just big, bold acidity. Think of, like, if we are comparing this to a wine, because they kind of make it like wines, think of like a Pinot Noir, but the Pinot, not the Pinot Noirs from the days of the 90s, but like Pinots now. Pinots now have gotten a little bit more bolder, I think, for American market. I've tasted a lot. I'm like, this is Pinot? It's like, again, Pinots are more juice-like and light and whatnot, right? But like this one has a boldness to it. And definitely compared to the Geisha, which I know this is the Geisha, this is the anaerobic one. Definitely heavier body, syrupier body. That's so good. I like that one. Okay. When you're comparing it to these crazy coffees, right? Oh, so highbrow, these guys. Yes, good, smells good, tastes good, yes, okay. But this one, which is, I'm guessing it's more of like your catch-all, the more affordable one out of the bunch, right? But still, the way that you've roasted it, I can still taste those flavors that would go away if you roasted it too much. I mean, honestly, like, this is what I'm trying to do with my coffee. However, my market, my customers, they don't like this too much, or I haven't roasted in a way where people can come to appreciate or even buy this more often. They want the medium roasted stuff. They're just like, I don't care. Just give me the medium roast. Except for people I think who are on my roaster's choice. You know, maybe they like the more of the light stuff. Okay, sorry. What the flavors? So why I think this roaster is roasting very well in terms of maintaining the varietal and the origin flavors. There's a soft, very balanced sweetness with the acidity. Okay. Milk chocolate, it's a toothache sweet in there. Coupled with cherry, It's definitely red fruit, okay? This is what I'll do when I'm trying to like give words. Put out the words. I'm like, it's good, it's good, it's good. And all of these coffees have a bit of this like clove spice cinnamon thing to them. That's very cool. That's part of origin. Varietal, maybe. I'm still trying to figure out and identify that in my brain. I got to taste a lot more coffee to be able to like to do that, which, you know, that's just on the to-do list of a roaster is like cup more coffee. But yeah, a really nice, warm, cozy, caramelly, vanilla, toothache sweetness, 80% of it. And then right on top are these like cherries, I think. I think they're cherry. And as it's cooling, it's changing a little. The acidity is getting softer, so let's go raspberry. It was cherry, now it's kind of like raspberry. Like raspberry has a very soft sweetness, a soft acidity to it, soft touch to it. And this is what I'm getting here. And it's still really, really good. That acidity pulls through though, all the way to the finish. The first thing I taste is the sweet, this sort of body of the coffee. There's this lively thing to it. It's lively. At the top of my tongue in the back over here, this dryness, but in a good way, you know, like when you drink something dry or brut, you know. These are all really good. Guji. Sparkling body. Hey, look at that. Tasting notes: cherry, sparkling body, citrus, and berries. Okay, well, I added in there for me. It's like there's cinnamon, there's clove in there, there's vanilla, there's caramel. It's like that acidity is really strong there on the finish. It's getting it's tightening up as it's cooling. So when it was hot, I could taste a lot of like sweet, like a milk chocolate. You bite into a milk chocolate bar, you get this like toothache sweet, right? Now it's getting more tart, getting more of the cherry, getting more of the, they said berries, okay. I said raspberries, but now it's getting more acidic as it's cooling. That's interesting. Generally, that's a good sign. This has changed too as it's cooled. This geisha has a really interesting sort of like raw green sort of thing to it as well that I'm tasting. Oops. I just agitated everything in there. Green grape, green apple, green, lively, active, young. If we were tasting wine, we would say this is a young wine, you know, or young whiskey, you know. This is up my lane. This is what I do. I like make them acidic and you can taste a sort of harshness on it. Now, this geisha, I'm going to let it sit, right? I just got this. They roasted this, what'd you say? 11/27. I'm going to give it more days. Coffee, as it ages at a certain point of time, they say like 7 to 14 days is like the sweet spot. So with every particular coffee, you can play with this range. I think with this geisha, what kind of process is this? Natural. Let's let this rest a little more. Cup it again, taste it again. This harshness that I'm tasting here, and maybe even that green rawness, will fade away. It will off gas. And then maybe give me something a little bit more balanced, right? In my experience, that's sometimes what naturals will do. Especially these coffees that are so special in their origin and then how they're processed and how they're roasted and everything like that. We need to give them a little time to show their colors a little bit more, not just one little snapshot. Okay, back to the anaerobic. This is crazy, dude. This is crazy flavors. It's candy. It's like Capri Sun. It's like, it's so candy-like. Like, it's Jolly Rancher, you know? So Jolly Rancher, not the red one. Maybe Jolly Rancher, green Jolly Rancher, green apple Jolly Rancher, that like crazy candy, sweet, concentrated, winey flavors. Think of that. Like, just like crazy fruity, winey, candy flavor. And bravo, Jesus, this is your first time. All right, hashtag goals on these roasts right here. Okay, let's read these. So you guys got all my notes, right? These are Yale's notes. Okay, Geisha. Strawberry, winey, vanilla, honey. I didn't say honey. I got more cloves and cinnamons and stuff. Especially that first when it was hot. No more cinnamon, more clove. Now that it's cooled. Okay. Pink Bourbon Natural. Anaerobic, 36 hours. Remember I had that 120 hours maceration, carbonic maceration? Remember I had that one? That was a crazy coffee too. That was really good. Okay. Floral. Cranberry, winey, and sweet. I would put in there like candy. You want a candy? Here, this one. Fruit roll-up. You know what I mean? Gushers. Like, think of those fruit snacks you used to get when you were a kid back in the 90s. I don't know who I'm talking to here, older, younger, but, candy. All right, sum it up for you. Candy in the garden. I'm like in the earth. I'm like cozy. In the soil, in the earth with the growing coffee plant. I'm there, you know? I kind of feel that way. I don't even know exactly what it is, but there's something earthy about it. There's something green and lively in the best way. If this is a heavy Pinot, this is your traditional Pinot. Sort of light-bodied, lighter in its body, still very punchy in its fruit. You know, it's cherries, it's red, but the body's thinner. The sweetness has mellowed out as it's cooled, and it's gotten tartar. Brew recommendations on these guys. For sure, your V60 pour over will serve all of these nice light roasts. If you want something richer, the richest experience here in terms of like depth and like happenings on in the mouth is this guy. This one, the natural bourbon, pink bourbon, I mean. Just a lot going on here for your mouth to like explore. For a more delicate and nuanced experience, Geisha, V60 for sure. You can probably AeroPress this one. And I would be interested to know, I'm not a big espresso drinker, but let me know in the comments if you're like an espresso person. Like, how do you approach coffees as somebody who really loves espresso? Are you going for the nuanced Geisha? Are you reserving this for, you know, a V60? Like, you wouldn't dare touch a Geisha with an espresso because of how it's brewed. And maybe would you choose this more like omni roast sort of profile for an espresso? Maybe let it age a little bit more. Or would you go, boom, bam, baby, let's go with the big boy, the Zinfandel of the bunch, and espresso this guy? Interested to hear it, because I'm not a big espresso drinker. I would love to hear your take. Give me some guidance on that so I can, you know, work that into my thinking and everything. Anyway, Semilla Roasters. Wow, what an experience. That was special, man. Very, very special, I'd say. Yil, thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the nice little note, too. That is Semilla Coffee Roasters cupped. Thank you very much. If you want to send me coffee to cup just like this, I will definitely try to do that for you. You can do that in the description. Thank you so much for the coffee. I had a blast. What an experience. And I'll see you in the next one.